Possibilities, a podcast for those who are ready to evolve into unstoppable, intuitive, and resilient entrepreneurial leaders. Every episode features successful business thought leaders who share their wisdom about insightful topics that help you amplify how you do business and serve yourself and others. Get comfortable and have fun as you listen to your host, Terry Wildemann, have lively conversation with her guest. Here's Terry. Welcome, everyone, to the Awaken the Possibilities Podcast. I'm your host, Terry Wildemann. As you know, I love bringing amazing people for you to listen to or to watch via YouTube. And today is absolutely no exception. I have with me Dr. Ruth Anderson, who is an award-winning international best-selling author and founder of the Enlightened World. She retired after a very satisfying and worthwhile career in special education and public school administration. Ruth embraced her second calling, that of an intuitive reader and counselor. After becoming a Reverend of the Church of Inner Light, she was given a ministry to witness and participate in the healing of souls with and without bodies in the ethereal realm called Open Clinic. That's going to be juicy to talk more about. Ruth serves as a conduit for the Spiritual Divinity and shares her teachings in an authentic and open manner. Her overarching mission is to bring heaven to earth and help others know their spiritual divinity. Ruth is passionate about sharing her experiences with the spiritual divinity and divine healing beings. And what I can tell you is this: those of us who are business people, those of us who are listening to this, you may be surprised at how much of this is going to be able to relate to your business. Because when we separate the practical, tactical, and logical from the emotional, the energetic, and the spiritual, we're only working with half of us. So folks, you see the angels on this side, you see my books on this side. Ruth is going to help us integrate it all. Welcome to the show, Ruth.
I will do what I can to help us integrate it all.
We will. I know we will. We've had so many delightful conversations, and I'm so looking forward to today's fireside chat, where you are going to be sharing your brilliance with the Awaken the Possibilities audience. So, Ruth, I know you were in education before, as it said in our bio. What was the deciding factor for you to shift out of education and leap into this divine mission that you have?
I was nearing retirement anyway, and I realized as I was working that I was using my spiritual skills, my gifts in my job. But I wasn't really sure of that. But as I was getting closer to retirement, I was having experiences where spirit was making itself loud and clear. And then I had a pivotal experience when my best friend of 26 years passed and came to me after she passed. The next day after she passed, I was driving in Los Angeles to get back home. I was with her when she passed, and I was in the car driving, sobbing, absolutely sobbing. And I was hoping nobody was watching. You know, I'm trying to stay within the lanes. And I heard rustling in the back seat. And I thought, okay, I think I'm going to die right now, because if there is somebody in the back seat, this is not good. And I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw my best friend in the back seat in spirit form with her husband, who had passed 4 years earlier. Now, Sylvia was looking exhausted, as if she had just been obviously through the ringer. And her husband was looking so happy and so satisfied. And then my tears turned to laughter and tears, realizing there is life after life. And it's this close to me. I didn't really lose her. It's this close. And that's what started this whole shift of wanting to learn more about spirit. And as I learned more and more, learned about Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, Divine Mother, they started guiding me, and I started listening to this guidance, spending time daily with them. And they outlined Enlightened World, and here it is as a result. And that was started 6 years ago.
How many years ago?
6 years ago.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So I'm curious, what were some of the things that were happening when you were still in the workplace that were giving you clues that there's a little bit more to this than what meets the eye?
I supported teachers and principals with high need students and sometimes high need parents. And as I was talking with them, brainstorming over the phone, I would see a vision or feel what was happening for that family, what was happening for those kids. And I got the guts to say, I wonder if this isn't a possibility for them. And the more I did that, the more it was validated to me. Yes, I see that. That's exactly what's going on. And now we know how to work with them. Now we know how to support them. And so I kept getting those instances of validation where I began to trust those intuitive hits that I had been getting, frankly, since I was a child.
Wow, that is absolutely brilliant. And thank you for sharing how it was coming to you in the workplace, because I truly believe that so many of us either see images or hear images or have these, these feelings intuitively, and we don't know how to trust them. We get scared to trust them, and we think people are going to think that we're weird because, it's just too woo-woo, that kind of thing. If people only knew that when I work with my coaching clients, I have a pull-out keyboard here that has all of my angel cards. Not all of them. I have quite a few in the little cabinet behind me, and I actually have others under here. And when I'm working with a client who isn't open to the spiritual realm, if I get stuck on how to coach them, I'm guided to which deck to use and which number of card to pull out of the deck. And sure enough, it always gives me just the right insight to ask the next open-ended question. But do I tell them that I'm working with angel cards? Maybe a little way down the road after they trust me a little bit more and they wonder, how is it that you know exactly what to say? Well, guess what? You see this? My angels tell me.
Exactly right. And Terry, I hear the angels speaking to me. So I might hear, bring up the relationship that's not going well. Bring up the mother who passed, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I hear them too. I can see them and I hear them. I get it in my left ear.
I get it in my left ear.
There we go. That's Michael. That's Archangel Michael.
Whenever I refer to Michael, it's over here. Yeah. And Divine Mother's over here. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yes, I get it very much. And that's why it's important for us as leaders to realize that when we integrate all of our gifts, look at how we can help people on so many levels. That's why I love doing the show and bringing in folks like yourself to help the audience awaken the possibilities instead of running the opposite direction. Because, our gifts, we have them when we're born. You said you had them when you were young. I had them when I was young. And it's important that we honor them. So what I love about the EWN, you are really showing people different ways of doing things. So can you talk more about the EWN and in these last 6 years, how it has evolved with insight from our dear friend, Archangel Michael?
Yes. Enlightened World was brought to me, and it was to support light workers. And first it came in the form of create a website and put articles in that other people have written, advertise their businesses, let them have a podcast on there. And actually, when Archangel Michael told me to have a weekly podcast, I did it for about a month. And then he said, okay, now you're going to have your own network. I said, you are crazy. He said, no, you're going to have your own network. And then from then, it was a year of learning how to do a podcast and then starting to figure out how to do a network. So not only do I have the website, enlightenedworld.online, but we also, I say we, it's me and Archangel Michael, frankly. We have EWN, which is Enlightened World Network, and that is podcasts. We have a YouTube channel, plus we are on Facebook. On YouTube, we have over about almost 600, well, I think we're at 600 videos now.
Wow.
And they're all life affirming. They're all spirit led. They're all spirit inspired. Raise your vibration, walk in your calling kind of videos. And Terry, you've participated in some of them as well, which I absolutely loved. Yeah. And where Michael is going with this now is, okay, you've got EWN, now create another channel. And so just last week, we created Enlightened Living, which you see above me. And we've added some shows on that. And Enlightened Living is less sacred, like the EWN shows, but more of, okay, now let's bring that spirituality into life here in the 3D. So it's different kinds of fun shows. We actually have Robert's Haunted Pajama Party. So he's talking about seeing spirit in all different forms, and how do you get rid of it if it's in your house, or so he's doing fun things like that. We also have angel speakers interpretado en español. So we have angel speakers, and it is translated into Spanish. So we're building a broad base. And then this week, Archangel Michael said, okay, now it's time to work on EW Littles, which is programming for little guys. So having videos up of really warm, comfortable people like Terry, reading stories, reading a bedtime story, telling a story, that kind of thing. So that's this week. And then also this week is create the channel of EWN Stewards of Our Earth, and do a sustainability piece and bring on live programs for that. So it is growing, and it's growing quickly. And most of the time I'm just sitting back. It's almost like bringing in a 737 and saying, okay, bring a little to the right, a little to the That's how it feels.
Yeah, I bet it does. It's a lot. And I can feel it. I'm like, oh my God, it's a lot. I have one podcast, and that's enough. What I do for the one podcast, good Lord. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So Ruth, what do you see at the end of all this? What is the end result of all of these projects that you're involved with?
The end result, as it's been shown to me, is this very large organization that supports light workers, gives them a safe community to come on, bring their programs, bring their articles, have their books be published, and find a safe place to grow their professional visibility. And at the same time, giving folks that are new to energy work and spirituality and the angels a place to come and learn about it.
Nice.
So it really supports two very distinct populations.
So when you say the word light worker, can you share with the audience, because some of them may not know what a light worker is?
Well,
what is a light worker?
Different people have different perceptions of what a light worker is. To me, a light worker is not a vocation. To me, a light worker is someone who brings divine light into our world. Now, they could be a surgeon who, while they're operating, says a prayer to bring in divine healing. It could be someone who is indeed a medium, but they have to be working in high vibrational energy. So it's very much bringing in divine light, walking with spirit. That's a light worker.
And it's not a religious thing. It's just a spirit. There's a big difference between spirituality and religion.
Huge difference.
All right. Can you share with us your perspective on that, please?
Absolutely. To me, Enlightened World is about spirituality. It's about knowing your place in God's eye. It's about having that connection with the divine light and the divine beings. Religion, to me, has some of those same tenets, but it also has a lot of man-made doctrine and dogma that's piled on top of that. And there's a piece to me in religion of man judging man to see if they are holy enough. And spirituality to me is none of those things. It is purely your relationship with your divine spirituality, period.
Mhm.
So yes, we celebrated Easter at EWN. And at the same time, we
We
celebrated
did.
Passover.
Yes,
And
we
at
did.
the same time, it was a celebration of life. So it's non-denominational,
Mm-hmm.
but in support of everyone's religion, as long as it is in support of divine light.
Yes, got it. And you can be walking, just your presence alone can, um, you may not even know that you're a quote unquote light worker. You just happen to be so tuned in to your heart and doing good for others and for yourself. Because we have to remember that doing good for others all the time will burn us out. We need to be conscious of doing good for ourselves. And that energy just comes through us and out. And we may be an individual walking through life with that amazing energy. People are just drawn to you. You may not even know why.
Right.
And I find that a lot of those folks are, according to your definition, light workers.
Have you ever been in the grocery store and the person checking you out, you just want to stand there
Yes.
and stay in their presence? And there have been times that I've thought, now that's an angel. That is an angel in human skin right there.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely. I have met so many earth angels, and I call them earth angels. When you meet those people, and you also know for yourself and you may not see yourself as an earth angel, but all of a sudden you're put in a situation and the person looks at you and says, I don't know how you got here, but you arrived at just the perfect time. That's you listening to the call and being an earth angel in that moment. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. That's I think what we're here for
Yeah,
is to lift each other up in spirit at those times.
absolutely. Oh, how cool is that? So, this large organization that you are creating, that is, we're going to have books, we're going to have articles, we're going to have services, healing services. You're going to have a little bit of everything in here. Who is your target audience for that organization?
Well, it's the light workers that are helping to provide it, and it is the other folks that are really new to energy and wanting to learn more about energy. That is the target population.
Very, very nice. And in learning more about energy, what I'm getting is that you're providing a safe place so that they don't have to worry about the naysayers in their world.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I wanted so bad, Terry. When I was first really learning and getting language for these things, I wanted comrades. I wanted people who I could say, do you know what I saw in meditation? And they would go, yes, I've seen the same thing. Or they would just support me and go, and not give me that stink eye of, okay, you're losing it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
want for people. I want literally everybody around the planet to have someone that they can say, this is what I saw today. This is what I heard today. What do you think about that? And have people go,
Mm.
you got it. I'm with you. That's what
That's,
I want.
that sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like an absolute blast. It really does. So, Ruth, tell me, or tell the audience, please, or share with the audience, where can people find you?
Enlightenedworld.online is the website. And on Facebook, it's Enlightened World Network or EWN, Enlightened Living.
Mm-hmm.
Or on YouTube, it's Enlightened World Network.
Nice.
That's where I am.
Okay. And folks, so you know where to find Dr. Ruth. As you can hear, she is just this grounded earth angel that is just so much fun to be around. And I'd like to ask you, Dr. Ruth, what parting words do you have for our audience? Or what words of wisdom? Let me rephrase that. What words of wisdom do you have for our audience?
When you think you're hearing something, go ahead and listen. Give yourself the grace to go ahead and listen, and then ask yourself, does this really feel like it's coming from divine places? And if it is, go with it. Take the risk to go with it. And if it's telling you to call someone, give them a call. If it's telling you to, I would say book that trip, but right now nobody's booking that trip.
Right.
If it's telling you to reach out to someone or write that book or make that Facebook post, go ahead and do it. Start trusting those messages that you're receiving and see where it takes you.
What a beautiful message. Thank you. It really is about giving ourselves permission, isn't it?
It is. And to give yourself the grace.
Yes. I love that. The grace and permission. Yes. That's beautiful. Well, again, thank you so much, Dr. Ruth, for being here on Awaken the Possibilities. And to my audience, thank you again for being here for this fantastic episode with Dr. Ruth Anderson. I'm your host, Terry Wildemann, and you can find us at facebook.com/groups Awaken the Possibilities, and you can join our Facebook group there. You can listen to these episodes at awakenthepossibilities.com and on YouTube at youtube.com/intuitive leadership. I am thrilled that you're here with us today, and I wish you your best week ever. See you next time on Awaken the Possibilities to your success. Thanks for joining us for this episode. Visit our website at awakenthepossibilities.com to subscribe to listen and rate our podcast on your favorite platform, such as YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Cashbox, and more. For events, business, mindset, and leadership coaching services and courses, visit our website at intuitiveleadership.com. We look forward to sharing more insightful episodes and wish you much success in your business and life.